when I was a graduate student, I was working at a psychiatric hospital for my clinical internship, finishing up my PhD. I had a supervisor, and I was very surprised to learn that she had a large part of her practice devoted to using hypnotic suggestion for people suffering from tobacco addiction, people in recovery from alcohol abuse, people who suffered from chronic pain, people who were about to undergo some sort of surgery or chemotherapy or cancer treatment, so sort of to deal with the pain and anxiety around these surgical treatments. And I was quite honestly very skeptical. I thought, I don't know if this works, and I certainly don't know if I'm going to be able to learn this technique. And I was really surprised to learn that actually there are very standardized techniques that will, with hypnotically suggestible people, very reliably produce this altered state of consciousness, which can, for some people, be really, really effective. But it's not going to work for everyone. So if you are the sort of person who's ever been to a hypnotist show and you're watching the person on stage clucking like a chicken and you're like, what is happening? It might be that you were someone who's not very hypnotizable. So what's happening with this? Well, hypnosis is an altered state of consciousness in which they are disassociating some aspect of their experience from their larger cognitive awareness. And this is something, even if you've never had the experience of being hypnotized, even if you're not very hypnotizable, you've probably experienced some form of this sort of dissociation. We kind of sometimes call it zoning out.
That's right. So often I will be, reading a book, for example, and I will just my eyes are moving across the words, but my thoughts are completely elsewhere, and I have no idea of what actually I was reading. Or the very opposite can occur, where I'm reading something and I become so absorbed in the material that I become completely unaware of things that would otherwise be very attention-grabbing.
Yeah. So dissociation is a normal part of everyday conscious experience in which we are not bringing every aspect of our experience into our conscious awareness. And hypnosis is kind of, we might think of as a more extreme version of that, in which people can be sort of trained or induced to split off some aspect of their experience.